So I'm Jeanette Searle, I'm the Executive Director of the Zionist Federation of Australia, and I'm really delighted to be here and to be among Olim, among our friends from the WZO, among former Shlichim. It's a lovely reunion here and very happy to be here, and I want to take the opportunity to wish Mazal Tov to a couple of Olim from Australia who are celebrating 25 years of Aliyah today. So it's an auspicious day.
20 years, surely.
And 20 years, Mazal Tov. Okay, so I'm not going to take up time because the program is quite long. It's my pleasure to invite Philip Chester, the President of the Zionist Federation of Australia, to say a few words to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Jeanette. I didn't realise some people were studying my speech at the President's Conference so well. So thank you for that. And I do want to welcome you all here. We're excited about this event and this partnership. In particular, I want to acknowledge Ambassador-elect Dave Sharma, because he has not yet presented his credentials. Apparently there's a strike in Misrad HaChutz. Like, there are many things here, so he may be the ambassador designate or elect for some time still, until he becomes the... But I understand he doesn't have to pay parking tickets already, so it doesn't, the important stuff is covered. Let me just say, because most of you have not, of course, been exposed to Ambassador Sharma yet, because he's just arrived. At 37, Dave is the youngest ever Australian ambassador, and he looks 37. So you know I'm not making that up. Dave has worked in the Australian Prime Minister's office and has served in diplomatic postings in Washington and Papua New Guinea. He's also been active in the G20 discussions, and I think Dave arrived, was it the 15th? 16th of June, with his wife and 3 daughters. So this, I think, probably is one of your first official functions, and we're very excited that you were able to make it with us today. There's going to be many, many more days. We're going to call on you a lot, so don't relax. It's a momentous occasion for us, but for those of you who've been following the news today, it was rather an eventful day back in Canberra in Australia. And for those of you who are still interested in what's happening in Canberra in Australia, when it seems to always happen. 3 years ago we were here for a conference in June, and Julia Gillard replaced Kevin Rudd. So, you know, the balance has now been restored. Kevin Rudd today replaced Julia Gillard. And we have a new Prime Minister in Australia. But that's nowhere near as important as this launch tonight. So let's get our priorities right. Aliyah, of course, is a key priority of our Australian Zionist movement, and we're not ashamed or embarrassed to say it. It's really front and centre of what we stand for. It's in our DNA. And that's why, as a movement, we've fought very hard for a long time to maintain a very high Aliyah priority within our organisation. Some of you may know that the Jewish Agency has been dramatically scaling back its Aliyah resources. That's not a secret. I'm proud to say that Australia has one of the few dedicated Aliyah Shlichim left in the world, and that's not an accident. It's because we fought for it very hard. His name is Bezalel Glazer. He's situated in Melbourne. He helped some people here, I think, make their Aliyah, and he also played an important role in consummating this partnership. And we also have an additional Shaliach in Sydney who has a combined Habonim Aliyah position, and that person is soon on his way to Australia to take up the post. So in fact, we have 1.5 plus even a little bit more support in Perth in terms of Aliyah activities. So you can see it's a huge priority for us. Our Aliyah numbers are up this year. 2 years ago, is Oren here? Oren Seller, has he come? Our previous Aliyah Shaliach presided over an absolute record year in 2011 or 11. It was our largest number in about 27 odd years. Last year dipped a little bit, but this year we're looking at hopefully around the 200 mark, which we're proud of. It doesn't sound like a lot, of course, compared to the United States and other places, but when you think about it per capita, I think we're doing pretty well, and we're very, very proud of it. But it goes without saying that encouraging people to make Aliyah is the start of the process. The other key part is doing our best to ensure that the Aliyah is successful and that people stay in this country. And I've got to tell you, I think pretty much the retention rates and the success rates of our Olim is good. It's really good. And you know, there are a lot of you sitting here who've settled very well. I think Aussies tend to be pretty independent, like South Africans, and I know, you know, you need help, but they don't tend to complain too much. They get down to finding jobs, study, places where they want to live, a chevra, friends that they want to mix with, and get on with the business of making a contribution to Israel. So I think, you know, generally we start off very well, but they do, obviously, everyone needs some help. It's not easy wherever you emigrate to, and this is, of course, not the easiest place in the world to emigrate to. You know, you need more than just the commitment, the ideological commitment. You need some other things to help you along the way. And that's why it was my missionary for about the last 3 years to try and upgrade our Klita support services here in Israel. We had a relationship with UJIA, the British Federation, which many of you know, and it was a good one. But it's over time we felt that we needed to change our focus a little bit. We thought long and hard about it, and really, after thinking about it long and hard, Telfed made the most sense. It was really the obvious partner for us. Such, and you've heard from Dave, such a well-established, successful and highly regarded Aliyah operation, servicing South African Olim, as Dave said, since the establishment of the state. And it was no accident also that we considered the synergies between our two communities, and Dave's right, there's a lot of connections between our communities. My wife is a South African, sitting here, Ilana, tonight with us as well, so we have personal connections that are very much enmeshed in the community now, which was a factor. As Dave said, we share a lot of common values and interests. In my real spare time, I try and ride my bike. 80% of the group are South Africans. They're fitter than me, stronger than me, more committed than me. But, you know, we share a lot of things in common. And I think that's important, because I think when we looked around, it's not just find Klita operation that can serve us. It has to be someone that understands our DNA and where we're coming from and what are the issues that our people think about. And I think Telfed is really the perfect organisation to take us to that next level. I'm very happy, even in this very small room, that so many of you have come along. Some of my best friends, shlichim, are here, previous Aliyah shlichim, and heads of our mishlachat. It's quite a turnout, and I'm very, very proud of that. The Zionist Federation, you know, does a lot, and we have a lot of connections with a lot of people, and I'm so happy you could come and join us tonight. I don't know if Dave mentioned, we've got the agreement is a pilot for 1 year, and then we see where we go from there. But I'm pretty optimistic that in fact it'll turn into a long-term relationship, and that our Olim will grow from strength to strength. There'll be more, a lot more. They'll settle well, and they'll continue to make the outstanding contribution that they're making to the state of Israel. Thank you very much.